Greetings and salutations, and welcome to this League of Legends news bulletin. I'm your host Ahrtimmer, bringing you all the latest League of Legends news. So, I imagine you'll all recall from yesterday that I went on a short discussion about the forum post by Ezreal, teasing at a new champion and pointing at a whole bunch of iconography and history and League of Legends lore. This led me to great personal disappointment when Aatrox the Darkened Blade was revealed. This is an upcoming champion who, I'ma be honest, from a completely unaware perspective, looks quite interesting. He's got a life cost mechanic of his abilities, nothing interesting there, but his passive and his ability systems seem quite good. Like, he seems like a solid champion. However, aside from his passive being quite interesting in that the health that he puts into his abilities is placed into a well of health, which is then he draws from to heal himself if he loses all of his health. Apart from that, he's a decidedly bland champion. There's nothing hugely groundbreaking about him. He's got a toggle which is, oh, I'm going to be AP Xin Zhao and heal every third strike, or oh, I'm going to be AP Udyr and do extra damage every third strike. He's got knock-up ability, and he's got line frickin' skill shot nuke thing that slows, and he's got an ultimate which gives him increased attack speed and range. He's fairly... whilst nothing about him is the same as any other champion in LoL, he is boring to me. Partly because I got this huge idea in my mind of maybe what we're looking at is an upcoming AD support, and I'd really like to see that executed well. I don't know how you'd execute it well, but I'd like to see a very AD-focused support so that people have a reason to go out and buy Stark's Fervor, aka Zeke's Herald. All of that aside, he does visually look like a very, very cool champion, and I am looking forward to his release, just not as much as I could have been. In other news, LeagueofLegends.com is actually looking at some rather large changes. That is, the League of Legends website beta has been revealed. It is now live. You can find it at beta.na.leagueoflegends.com, and it's basically a brand new look at their website. They've redesigned everything. It looks like it might be a lot more user-friendly. It also looks like it's lacking something. Like, a lot of it is really, really good. Having looked at the website, it's animated in ways that the previous one wasn't. All of the sections about it are really, really good, and for the most part, it looks great. Just the white background. This is going to be very picky of me, but the white background just seems boring. I feel that the background for where there's writing and the writing color itself may need to change. Maybe leave it as black would change just the background color, but black and white is actually known to be more strainful on the eyes than other color schemes in terms of that. And it's lacking in places a lot of the flair that I'm used to seeing from League of Legends. League of Legends has definitely gone all out on aesthetic for a very long time, and anywhere that I don't see that makes me sad. There's not many places, mind, but there are occasionally you just see something and go, that needs more to it. Particularly when, say, looking at their champion list. It's unpleasant to look at. So they're going to need to do some changes here and there, but I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be a very a much more useful website. Hopefully, they can actually update their information so that the items, pages, etc. work, and it's actually a useful website for things other than the news and the forums. And our last item in the League of Legends news headlines. A champion and skin sale titled Forgotten by Freljord has been released. It stretches from now until the 13th. Battleborn Kael, Deadly Kanen, and Freljord Rammus are all available for the cheap RP. And Draven, Ahrttimmer, and Ahrtimmer are also all available at approximately half price in the RP. Of these skins, I have 2 of them, Battleborn Kael and Deadly Kanen. Battleborn Kael is a good Kael skin. There's no denying that. Her wings physically look dirty. I know that's a strange thing to pick up on, but if you have played Kael in many of her skins, you will notice that just sometimes the feather tone's a bit weird. And Deadly Kanen I can highly recommend because it adds a black person to League of Legends, even if it is a fairly short one. Freljord Rammus is also a nice skin, but if you wanted a Rammus skin, I'd hold out until you could get your hands on Molten Rammus because it's simply superior. As for the champions, I don't recommend you get any of them because they are all despised and hated. Teemo is despised and hated because he will wreck your shit. Everyone hates Teemo. He has a hidden passive, which is a global taunt. You just can't... You can fight it, but you can never truly beat it, and you will always want to kill Teemo. Ahrttimmer, on the other hand, is simply extremely powerful with multiple stuns, and is on par with Leona in ability to mess up just team fights. Consequently, he gets banned a lot in ranked, so again, not necessarily best pick. And Draven. We all love Draven, and then we remember that he has crits can crit. That is, his spinning axe can then crit to deal extra critting. It's insane. I hate Draven because I feel like he does way too much damage. But that's my personal problem. You might quite like him. If that's so, definitely buy him. If you haven't bought the others, probably better just to wait till you've got the IP, because they are already cheap champions. Just play a few games, get them then, and don't worry about spending the real cash. And that's all the news I have for you today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow with an Illegitimate Legends build, and more League of Legends news as it happens. Thank you all for watching, and good night.